Hello there, traveler, and welcome to the world of Kymaticus, where through the roles we play, we spin our tale. It's our weekly D&D session here on Forward on the Saves, and I am joined by my companions. Tyler, playing the Divine Soul Sorcerer, Circeus Nagnos. John, playing the Eldritch Knight Fighter, Eldon Roland. Cassie, playing Rona Thimbley, the Life Domain Cleric. And Dylan playing Hector Stoneborn, the Oath of Conquest Paladin. And I'm Alexander, your Weaver of Tales. So, hang up your cloak, grab a drink, and kick back as we dive into this chapter of Kymaticus.
Oh!
Okay.
Well, where we last left off, the group finished a fight, a run-in with their future selves before Hector and Circeus were whisked away to Celestia to speak with Lathander. And then Torm, where a lot of stuff was revealed. Back on the ground, you resurrected future Cerim, only for them to be wiped out from this timeline. But before Circeus, Cerim, Keijo, and the late Grit made their exit, you learned a lot. As did the group in Celestia. You regroup sort of above the base of the spire of which your destination is. Hector, Circeus, and his griffin, Icaros, approach from higher up on the spire to meet you halfway. As you come into view for them, they see you turned away just as you watch the future group vanish. And that is where we're going to pick up. Go ahead.
Well, as Rona is walking, she is going to send a message. I'm sorry if this gets us killed, you guys. To Parallax.
Okay.
Oh! Oh!
Didn't see that coming, but all right.
Very simple. I'm just gonna say, huh. And then there were two. And I'll click it off.
Oh!
All right. You do feel your message was received.
Cool.
So, as you guys turn, after watching the future group vanish, Hector, Circeus, and Icaros are a little ways up.
I'm running
just-
up to meet him.
All right.
I'm just slow walking it.
As you guys approach, what do you do?
Sure you're still alive.
That's a good thing.
Yes. Sorry we left in a hurry. Is everyone all right? Besides, happen.
Unless, and I'll like reach out to poke the both of them.
They're real.
You actually, okay. You actually, all right. You are.
Don't.
Oh yeah, that's the.
Aeneas,
As soon as he goes to
don't.
poke me, I'm flying out the wings. Just boom.
Oh,
Don't do it.
Why are y'all so aggressive? Just gotta make sure you ain't an image.
we just learned a lot, so give us a bit.
You ain't the only ones.
that's true.
Right. So,
I think we still got you beat.
anyways, this is the rendezvous point. So, let's gather some tinder and make this fire. And then while we wait for our extraction, we can go over what we've learned.
Yeah.
You guys begin to make your way up the spire. It's long. It's muggy out shortly after the brief rainfall. You find yourself slipping at certain points while climbing the spire. Everyone just a little irritated. But you make it to a little bit of a clearing near the top of the spire. You've reached your destination. Above you, you can see the tops of other mountains, white with snow. As you look out towards the east, you can make out some Eldahari towns. You can see a tower far in the distance. All of you know this. It is the Eye of Yor, the tower that Ashenga Yor uses to spy, essentially, over the walls of Tyrion. And you can see the black wasteland of No Man's Land. Where the
we
war,
can see it from here?
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
Where the war was held, where armies clashed and many, many perished. A land so wrought with death that nothing grows there anymore. But as you are here, what do you do?
Following off what Hector said, I'll scavenge through my bag, and just pull out like the wooden sword and one warhammer, and start collecting some stones to try to get a fire going for the smoke signals.
Actually, this feels unnecessary. Rona, could you just message him? Let him know we're here. The whole point of the whole smoke thing was because we're supposed to be secretive, but I feel like that ship has long sailed. It'd be faster and easier.
Rona's probably like looking at No Man's Land a little fixated. And then she like processes that somebody had been talking to her.
Rona.
Yeah, sorry.
Are you
What?
right? Are you
What,
able to send a message?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that makes the most sense, doesn't it? I'll send a message to Ashenga Yor.
Okay.
And let him know we are at the extraction point. We figured this was a little easier. Little low on timber.
You receive a message back. I will send the recovery team to grab you. See you soon.
He's sending a team our way.
Do we know about how long that'll be?
No.
Might as well get cozy. And I guess I'll try and use Sacred Flame on like whatever Eldon had already grabbed and start us a fire. Just to sit around.
All right.
I mean, I feel well rested if y'all need some sleep. I can be up for a while.
I don't think
we
I
need to
could
talk
sleep.
first.
Well, I'm just putting it out there for later.
Well, obviously I've shown you what I learned, and you
But
can see
even-
all the new glows. I also now have the shard built into my gauntlet. And I'll flash the back of my hand and just kind of show. Torm did that.
You got to
I got
meet
this.
Torm.
We did. He came and pulled
Lathander.
us away from Lathander. It was... Not gonna lie, I thought I needed my brown pants for a little bit, but... did alright.
Did you get to meet Elmonter, Hector?
No. That's actually something we need to talk about. Saying
Oh.
is, there's no easy way to say it. So Torm informed me that there is no more celestial form of Ilmater and Shantea. What is left of them is within you and I, respectively. Something they did attached them to us to give us the ability to break free Kymaticus. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to. So, in a way, I'm Ilmater and you're Shantae. Or at least what's left of it.
Can you do some cool godless stuff? Like, I'm
I
not
asked
fully
Torm and-
understanding this.
I don't either. I asked Torm anything, and as far as I understand, it only gives us the, I guess, the presence this of the god would have. As far as if any case we ever return to Celestia, they wouldn't be able to sense Rona and I. And something about freeing Kymaticus takes the touch of a god, which is what Rona and I have. And that's what they sacrifice themselves for, is to give us that ability. Besides that, we're pretty much who we are.
He did show us images or visions of them before he told us, and you'd probably be happy to know that she was just as all the depictions show her. Beautiful, tall, strong, 20-foot tall.
Right, that's a good point. Torm's using illusions of, he called them echoes of themselves, able to think that they're still a part of Celestia. So as far as everyone else knows, they're still up there.
So I'm rocking along with two gods and an angel from another planet. Good to know.
Yeah,
Good
basically.
to know. And I'll just kind of stare at this guy and be like, "What have I gotten myself into?" Like, "Oh, this is out of my weight."
I feel like a god is an unfair comparison because besides our normal abilities, there's really nothing special about us.
Oh, I did find out why I'm 40,000 years old. Apparently I was plucked out of time whenever the Avun were still alive and placed here to still do what I need to do today.
Which is what?
We have to find the rest of the shard pieces. It is a prison for the junctions, I believe, or the Aesir Prime in them. It's
The
all
only
kind of confusing still.
we knew it
Not
was
the Uneath, it's Aesir Prime.
Those are the junctions. The Anith is the shard.
Yeah, it's the orb.
That's the penoculum.
Oh,
Panoptis.
yeah.
Panoptis, sorry.
Panoptis. That's the word I was looking for, but I was just trying to dance around it. Because I couldn't remember. It's called the Panoptis. We need to find the rest of it. Even the gods don't know where it is, though.
That makes it difficult.
Yeah, it's more of hope we find it and hope we just stumble upon it than a let's go searching for it.
Well,
That's,
gods can't find it. Roughly narrows it down pretty easily. You need power to rival a god, and what better place than demons, devils, a giant prison?
I'm not doing that.
I mean, hey, if
I'm
we're
not
narrowing
hesitant.
options, now's the time to.
We know a direction to go. We know we need to go east. So I'd rather not even think about that at this point. I've already been saved from Baphomet once. I don't need to be saved again. I still don't even know if I've been fully saved.
That would have been something good to ask him about. Anyways. So what did you learn? You said you had something to tell us.
While you were gone, Parallax showed back up. He rivals a caged animal now, which makes him dangerous, I think. It could also mean that he's more likely to make a mistake. He basically is implied he's off script. He doesn't know what to do next, really. So somehow that probably doesn't work in our favor, but future Cersei's did talk to us about some plans that he knows of, and that he thinks that Godbreaker needs to kill you, Hector, to destabilize time enough to do whatever it is Parallax wants to do. So, yeah, that's
Killing-
what I got.
Killing a
So any
god
part
to
of this
create a
that actually-
paradox.
Tyler first.
I was just saying, killing a god to create a paradox. Smart.
Hector.
So even when we do something that even any kind of resembles any kind of victory, it still feels like a defeat.
It's up to opinion then. I mean, I see it as a win. Now we know more about his plan. Also, why are you so old looking all of a sudden? Like, you didn't look like that before.
I like
What,
to look
did
like
Lathander do that to you?
No,
Most
that was-
interesting man on the world.
It was a part of the fight with Godbreaker. He has an ability that he uses the junction in the hammers. So just so everybody knows, all of the junctions that they currently have are stored within God's hammer. So when he hit me with it, he activated the junctions and used that to age me. So going by how I used to feel and how I feel now, I'd probably say I'm late 40s, early 50s.
About time to retire then, isn't it, Grandpa?
If only if it was that easy.
We
Who are
need to go
you
find
calling
more cabin somewhere.
Grandpa?
I would prefer at this point you just take me out back.
I'm pretty sure that's what Parallax wants, so no.
No,
Relax
Godbreaker's
once,
got to
Stoneborn,
take him out
he
back.
wants Godbreaker to kill.
So Rona's
Either way,
gonna
no.
reach into her like component pouch and pull out about 1,000 gold piece or 100 gold pieces worth of diamond dust and put it in her hand, and she's just gonna walk over to Hector and hopes this works. And she's just gonna touch kind of like the center of his chest where his heart is, and she's going to try to cast Greater Restoration.
As Rona walks up to an aged Hector, he turns his gaze from Cerseus to you, just as you touch his chest. And you watch the effects placed over him by Godbreaker begin to dwindle away, as he looks like he did before the fight. Back to his original self.
I'll just kind of, Ren will kind of reach up and just touch his face. There. One problem I can fix today.
And Hero was hoping someone else would be
Thank you.
old.
She saved you from retirement. Oh, easy days for you.
If I may, Cerseus, I've been old for a long time. Retirement doesn't happen.
We'll get you there soon enough. Yes.
I'm going to try to rest now. There is a lot of energy spent today on my end, and a lot to think about with what you have disclosed. Please, wake me when they come to grab us.
Aeneas, I'm gonna Arena's gonna cut her eyes over to Eldon. Thank you.
Like I said, our paths diverge soon. I will not be able to help. And he
Are there any
floats on his little pillow off to the side. Go ahead, Tyler.
Are there any trees or like with fallen leaves around and stuff?
The Black Mountains are pretty much just rock.
Okay. I was gonna try and change like leaves and to make a big padded bed and kind of weaved it all in, but I don't think a rock bed would be too kind.
He goes off to the side, hops off his pillow when he lands it, and lays down, head against it. And in no time, you hear the snoring of an old gnome. Turles looks to you, Hector. He's been giving you a confused look since you revealed who you are. He walks up to you shortly after Rona reverses your age. Do you want me to still
No.
call you Hector?
No, sorry. I thought you were going to say something else. Yeah. I'm still Hector. What I told you doesn't matter. I mean, it hasn't mattered for the last 27 years. It doesn't matter now.
You still seek to reclaim Ironcrest, right?
Of course. My only goal. For now.
Good. Other than that, that's some pretty shocking news. I think I might need to sleep on it too. Tyrion is still a little ways out. Unless they had some plan on recovering us, then I don't know how long it will take for them to get here. So, I'm going to try to get some shut-eye. It's been a very odd day. Good night, Hector. Rona, Eldon,
Turles.
Cerseus.
Sleep well.
You as well. He goes off kind of near the same little alcove that Aeneas sleeps in. Takes his cloak and puts it in front of him as a blanket. And begins to drift away. Anything else the four of you wish to speak about?
Hold on. You have a moment. I wanted to talk to you about something.
Yeah. What's up, partner?
I'd like to talk to you alone.
All right, then. And I'll just get up and find a secluded spot more towards the ledge.
Yeah. The two of you kind of walk off a little bit away from everyone, overlooking Tyrion. The two of you kind of find a good little area to sit down. Beautiful view. What do you wish to talk about?
So, first off, I have to apologize. I failed you in my charge. I was given the task of keeping you alive, and my own personal vendetta blinded me. Put you in a position you shouldn't have been in. Sorry.
If I'm gonna be honest here, I still don't really understand fully what happened. I know I got hit in the back and then woke up next to Turles. And he said he used wish, but I mean, would it just teleport me up there? I don't really understand what's happened.
All I knew is when I got back to the ground after everything, and all that was left of you was ash. That's all I know. But the point stands that it wasn't fair of me for the rest of you to do that. And that brings me to my next point is I'm trying to keep this under wraps as far as not having as many people know as possible. But I learned after today's fight that I can't beat God. He's too strong for me. So, in the case that when we do have to fight him again, I would like to let you take the charge on him in my place. Because if anybody can beat me, I know it's you.
You've got a lot more faith in me than I do in myself. Well, let's break it down a little bit, all right? It's you versus you. What would your first step to be to bring an enemy on par? And just shatter his arms, rend his armor from him, break his legs? I don't know. What would you do to get an equal lower to a defeatable position?
The Stonekeeper Regiment Tuttle Fighting taught us that our enemies are best when we handle them as they approach. I can't do that with Hector. I can't do that with Godbreaker because he has that teleportation ability. Then he can stop time to where he can get in and within me before I can react. So that takes away my strongest advantage. My other strongest advantage is my radiant powers, which is very much weakened against a celestial, even if he's fallen. So my hits aren't as effective. My strategies are useless. He can hit a lot harder than I can. His paladin training gives him the ability to withstand any effects that I could do to him that would make him weaker or give me an advantage. And I knocked him off of his Felidar, and he was falling through the sky. The next thing I knew, he was behind me, choking me out with the shaft of his hammer. Nothing I do, I'm not built to fight him. I can't do it. I can't beat him. I fought him 3 times now. Every time I never stood a chance. The only reason I'm alive right now is because of the handful of angels that rushed up and surrounded him. Gave me enough of a window. But I've seen how you fight. And your abilities would give you the upper hand in that situation.
I'm gonna reach out and
So I know
like,
you.
poke him on the shoulder again. Are you sure you're Gideon? I've never seen him this downtrodden before. Where's that can-do spirit, brother? You got more than you think on him. Well, he really doesn't have anybody now besides Parallax. We got the whole party, and numbers always outbeats the mightier opponent. All it takes is a couple wombo combos and they're splattered.
I wouldn't be so quick to underestimate Parallax. He'll find something to try to give himself the upper hand again. Next time we fight him, I can promise. I don't know what it'll be, but it's not just going to be him and Godbreaker.
Speaking of which,
What?
he did say he would rend people from time and bring them back to fight us. Ones that specifically want to kill us.
Well, chances are, if it's someone who wants to kill us, it's someone we've beaten. So at least we have that. At least if it's someone that hates us, then at least we'll know that we've taken them once before. Unless it's a Chasm Baylor. But I just want you to consider what I've talked about. Next time we go into that situation, I'd like to look at you to go towards Godbreaker, and at the very least, we fight him together. Because I can't do it alone anymore. I can't risk what they've told me to where if he kills me, it does everything. And after thinking, I just can't let that happen. We can't let that happen. Don't let me fight him. I'll lose.
Do you know how hard of a challenge that is?
Mhm.
You can fly. I'm stuck on the ground.
No.
Have
It'll
you
be
talked
different.
to
I won't-
yourself? It's literally fighting the wall of Tyrion. There ain't no changing it. It ain't happening,
I would like
brother.
to think. I would like to think next time I'll show some restraint. And I'll
That's
actually
a-
fight with the party instead of
That's
rushing
a
my
big if.
Well, given how the future's looking and how everything is considered, hopefully it'll be a while before we have to fix them again. I mean, you've charted the map, right? So you should know where the next junction is. It's a pretty good distance away.
Yeah, it's
You can even choose when next we fight them.
Yep. And I'll
If
pull
we
out
fight.
the map and I'll show them specifically where the points are.
When he shows you the map, the next point is in the mountains north of the country of Cerim, within Aldahari. And the second location, or should I say the seventh location, is located kind of south of the center of Alvaron, your kingdom.
So they're actually pretty close to each other. We can't avoid the one in Alvaron. I have to go through that one. But at least the one in Cerim we can hopefully avoid for some time. I don't see a reason to go up there anytime soon.
I'll stand up. Let me show you one of the tricks I've pulled. Pulled out my hat and learned over time. So come on, stand up. Can't be so sad on yourself. We got a future to look forward to.
I'll stand up.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna practice reacting on like a spell. I know you can hit people running away. I've picked that up from you. Now you gotta try to react quick enough to like just disrupt the spell. So if he's teleporting away, you can still get a whap on him.
Sounds useful.
So come on, draw your arms.
Oh, call the Silphra.
Okay.
and then I'll go through the motions like I am casting a spell,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll give them like the cues on when to make that good strike, and if they're doing like a big spell, where to hit them to cause them to lose focus.
Roll me a wisdom check,
Right.
Hector.
So do I aim for the hands, the jaw? Do I aim for the hands to stop the somatic? Do I aim for the jaw?
Go
Beat.
solar
I rolled
plexus.
an 18.
One of solar plexus. Most people can't wear armor that cast spells. Knock the wind right out of them. You hit them just right.
Right. They can't speak. They can't cast that stuff.
As the two of you go over this, with an 18, Hector is receptive to the knowledge you're imparting onto him. Meanwhile, Rona, Cerseus, two of you are left alone as Hector pulls Eldon off to the side.
It was scary until Torm came in and pulled us out of there. I didn't know what to say. I could sense that he was, that Lathander was getting questionable or wanting to ask questions. I was scared I was going to have to answer them. I luckily didn't lie when I was there, so nothing they could just easily pick up on, but he knows something. Are you doing okay?
Well, I'm glad Torm was there to help. It's hard to tell. I think it's hard to tell.
Hearing that
it's
your
been a-
god is gone is not easy.
I appreciate you putting it bluntly. Yeah. That, and I might as well have just killed Eldon today on my own. I did kill Saren. She's one of my closest friends, and I definitely did not think I would be seeing that anytime soon. That, and she'll nod over to No Man's Land. I was hoping to avoid that for the rest of my short life, so.
Let's see. Well, nothing I can do about the No Man's Land, but I can say we all played a part in getting Saren and Eldon killed. If it wasn't for me jumping in the way of Parallax and between him and Ennius, he may not have turned around. He may not have gone that way. Apparently he couldn't kill me, so he had to go the other way. And he went to Eldon right after that. You're not the only one. This happens to all of us, but we can't take the blame individually.
I can.
You did
I could have called everybody off. I could have. If what you say is true, I
You would
have
called people
some.
off. I would have done it for you. I would have attacked. One of us was going to do something. You just took the initiative and did it. It's not your fault. We have him back. We have ways of getting him back. We're lucky. I'm just going to put it that way.
Abe walks up to you, just kind of nudges his head, his giant head into your stomach. He's trying to comfort you. You can obviously tell you're upset.
I'll scratch him behind his ears.
He begins to kind of lay, and you go down with him.
Oh.
As his, the upper half, I guess, is on you.
You're not as small as you used to be, you know.
Kind of looks back to you, and the angle he looks at you, his eyes are a little crossed, his tongue's hanging out.
Just as cute as always, though.
Oh, yeah.
I guess this new revelation is... If what you say is true, and Shantae is somehow here with me, is me, I have a lot of work to do to make that sacrifice worthy. Like, I don't know.
We all do. We all have a long journey ahead, and you're not getting rid of us anytime soon. Don't worry. We're all gonna be in this together, and you and Hector can't run off into the sunset yet, but it's fine. We're all gonna live our happy days until we're all as old as he was just a few minutes ago. And then maybe we can relax on a beach somewhere. Until then, don't go easy on me. Don't get soft. Let's go kick some ass.
I don't know what gave you the impression that I was ever soft.
Highest passive perception.
I just
of
wanted
you,
to make sure.
Cerseus. I believe it's you.
What is your...
It's your passive perception, Cerseus.
I think mine is
Passive is 12.
17.
You notice Hector and Eldon begin to do some type of sparring before you hear a grunt of a very large beast.
I'll
I think
pull
that's the cavalry.
the harvester out, and I will try to see like where that came from.
You step towards the edge, facing no man's land, trying to not look in that direction. As you peer over a little bit of a drop, you see 10 dire bears, led in a line as they climb their way up to the clearing where you reside. As the dire bear in the front begins to make it closer up to where you are, everyone else begins to hear this as well. Ennius and Turles awake from their short nap. You two, you pause on your sparring and turn, and you see a massive dire bear, a bear roughly the size of an elephant, and on top, about a 5-foot tall, burly, hairy dwarf.
Is it
As he pulls up into the clearing, he looks off and sees the group. I suppose you all are the ones we have to take, right?
I suppose.
It's either that or we're about to be in a real pickle. Anyways, he pulls out a crumpled piece of paper. Verona.
Yeah.
Yeah. Warren.
That's me, partner.
Warren. I know about you, Hector. This says y'all got a tiefling in your group. Not seeing it. Cerseus.
That's me. I may have changed a little bit. I hit puberty.
Overall, it's a weird place.
Right. Var.
Throw him off real quick.
Var's not here.
Man down. All right. Ennius.
He's here.
You reported an Ennius, right?
He's right. He's right there.
He wakes up. Just kind of comes to. You're shouting. Yes, I am here.
Yeah.
And how many prisoners do you say that you got out of the looks around as if like he's gonna see someone out of the aisles, screaming aisles.
2.
All of them?
One of them was Zennius, one of them was Turles Hawk.
Oh, there I
We
do
brought-
see him.
We brought
Right.
2. We led about all of them escaped.
Right. Well, come on. We got a little pack behind us. You can hop up on them. We'll make our way down. There's a teleporty place you can go to.
Mm.
Hit that. Take you into Tyrion, and our heroes are back home. Good job. Dergrim Clawfist. Nice to meet you. Cerim Army General.
What was the name on this dude again?
Dergrim Clawfist.
Dergrim
The office.
Claw. All right.
That's awesome.
So, come on. He begins to turn, and then as his dire bear makes a 180, he takes this kind of rope ladder and just chucks it off the side. Each bear can hold about 4 per. I only say 4 because he kind of shifts a lot, so if we have more, they'll fall off. You know what I mean? Anyways, take about 4 per, so come on.
I guess we're all riding on one then.
Yeah.
We just stuck next to each other.
Let's put Zennius and Turles on the second one.
Well, Ennius doesn't even need one, really.
Nothing.
I guess he does kinda
against you
float.
guys, but I actually want to try something. And
Oh,
Cersei's
God.
gonna let out his wings and try and fly along the path to learn how to fly.
As you
Oh, God.
spread your wings, you begin to take flight and just head straight up, stretching out your wings, testing them out for the first time. Dergrim watches you fly up. Some weird puberty. Anyways, Hector. He looks down. Where are you? Not talking to you. He's looking off the cliff. And you hear, I'm coming! And you see a very immaculately dressed wizard. He's got boots. Pretty expensive looking boots that are partially ruined. Not equipped for hiking in the mountains, but more equipped for almost like a ball. As he makes his way up, he holds kind of up the robes that stretch down to his ankles like he's walking up the stairs in a dress. He stayed mostly clean in his Tyrion attire, a black and red gown. But as he makes it to the top, you see his efforts were a little in vain. The Black Mountains are a little unforgiving when it comes to dirtying up. But as he comes into view, you see a human. Black hair, combed back, slicked back, little bit of a mustache, a little bit of a goatee, and he just looks annoyed. He has one lock of hair, rather, should I say, that kind of is out, unkempt, and in front of his face. Irritated at the conditions that he is in, he looks up to Dergrim. I don't understand why I couldn't be on one, but I understand. Only dwarves, man, only dwarves. Just kidding, not only dwarves. And the wizard approaches. Weston von Skrell, nice to meet you all. I am going to quicken your journey to the Eye of Yor. We just need to get back down to our base, a little ways down the mountain. Once we get there, you will regroup with Ashenga and King Wormbreaker, and I believe his son will be present as well. So, are we ready? Good, let's go. He turns.
Let's go.
Who's hopping on Dergrim's?
Yeah, I will hop up there. I will use the harvester to tell Abe to just keep up, and if he's getting left behind, to let me know.
Okay. Hector?
I'll hop on the Dagran one. I was also going to offer the wizard Icaros, so we didn't have to walk through the snow.
As you offer Icaros, he watches you begin to climb up on, after Rona, on to Dergrim Clawfist Bear. He looks up. I thought you said only dwarves.
He's easy to handle if you speak Celestial.
Well, now, Weston, you and I are friends. A little bit of messing with each other. You'll get me back, don't worry. Just don't do any of the magic stuff that I can't reverse, because that's a little bit too much. But get on up here, you rascal.
This guy's great.
The wizard just looks amazed, just disbelief of how ridiculous this dwarf has been. You can tell they've probably gotten into it a few times, but he reaches up, grabs the rope ladder, and begins to climb as well. You hop on Dergrim's as well?
I thought the wizard hopped onto Dargrim, taking the last spot.
No, it fits 4.
4 passengers, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I was counting Dargrim as 4. Yeah, then I'll hop on.
All right. So, with the 3 of you and Weston on Dergrim's Dire Bear, Ennius opts to float, and Turles says, mind if I give Icaros a try?
Sure.
You see him approach Icaros. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I was just... Okay, yeah. Icaros commands. Yeah, that's what I taught him Haris for. It's like, so I'll look at him and I'll say, Icaros Haris. Basically, tells him to...
Icaros just gives a bow to you and then looks over to Turles, who then approaches, pats Icaros on the head. You hear him mumble something before he walks to the side and hops on Icaros. What was the word to go?
Yotir.
And then he takes off. As he takes off, he kind of blends into the cloudy sky. Cerseus, as you kind of approach back down, you see the group on Dergrim Clawfist Dire Bear as they begin to make their way back down the mountain. Is there anything you guys wish to talk about on your trek down?
Guys, I think I'm getting the hang of this.
Which is kind of
flies. Okay, got it.
Almost clips himself off of a mountain. Keeps on going.
How old does Weston look?
About 30. Human,
Okay.
you can tell.
Does he look when I say new, that sounds awful. But like,
He a greenhorn?
does he look new to his position, or does he look fairly seasoned?
He looks... Roll me an insight check.
Oh boys, yeah, Weston's having it rough. Hiked all the way up this mountain to get a ride down.
Call him a green hat.
Greenhorn.
Green robe.
31.
31. He knows some stuff. He's been in this position a little bit. But it seems he has a problem more with nature and having to be in uncomfortable situations rather than not really knowing how to do his position well.
Mm-hmm.
But he was tasked for this group, for this rendezvous. He's here. It would take someone of decent importance to be able to be trusted with this kind of information. So, as you all descend, Weston actually will spark a little bit of a conversation. So, what was Culverot like? I hear it's dreary. And you all spent how long in there? Months?
A couple months.
Is it all desert?
Mostly, yes.
Not a very talkative group. Figured maybe seeing friendly faces or friendly colors of flags would be comforting, but you all seem very underwhelmed.
Well, some of us are ready to sleep in a real bed and get back to our wives.
Right.
I met 2 gods today.
Are y'all talking about me down there? I can't hear much.
Listen, if you want stories, you gotta talk to us a different day. Like, it's been a really long day. It is not the day to ask us questions.
Ask any questions you like, Weston.
Yeah,
Culverot is not as dreary as people think.
Oh, yeah.
Form isn't as heavy as I imagined. Hector's just like spaced out, staring off into the distance.
It's like Torm. Huh.
Where did they
Actually,
find
wonder
these
if
people?
Lathander's palace is it a constant sunset or sunrise? Does the sun actually rise?
Hector's over here questioning life.
Existential crisis in the front, love in the back.
So,
He's like, it's so beautiful, but yet terrifying at the same time.
Cerseus, roll me
It's
a
like in
perception
always
check.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
that low light situation just
I'm about to
seems
run
like
into
it's
a
just bad
bird.
for your eyes.
13.
13. Continue. Never mind.
Well, hold on now. Hold on
So,
now.
as you all make your way down,
Oh, that's-
there is a cave, an alcove carved out almost in the very base of a mountain. You're real close to the walls of Tyrion right now. You're really close. But as the dire bears make their way down, seemingly you got down the mountain in maybe less than 2 hours. Cerseus, you finally land with your group, and everyone dismounts the dire bears as Weston leads you all into this alcove, this cave. And as you make your way in, you see a teleportation circle carved out in a section of flat stone. Right then. Please, everyone and every beast, onto the teleportation circle, and I will whisk you away to the Eye of Yor. Be ready to disclose some information. However weird it is, you all step on.
Yep.
Big enough to accommodate everyone.
A lot.
Can I roll an insight check on them real quick?
Yeah.
I wanna. Something's got me curious. 15.
Probably the failed perception check.
Not sure.
Okay.
Um,
it's-
They're
What
coming
was the
off
fact that
as
they-
you can tell that they've been there for a long time, waiting, planning this rendezvous for it to one day, maybe even not eventually happen. But
Oh.
it did happen. This finally happened.
Re-
All
the reason I was
along.
questionable. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
This delay is killing me. But the reason I was skeptical is because why are they coming to pick us up and take us to a teleportation circle when I have teleport? Like
They
that
don't know
seemed
that.
a little fishy.
They don't know
Yeah,
that.
but
Go
it was
stunting
just-
on them.
Yeah.
Well,
They
I'll
could've
say,
This
just-
is like
when you first ventured into Kavarant, you had none of that.
Yeah, true.
So, as you all step on to the circle, a brief flash of white light and you are in a large circular room. In the center where you stand, you are elevated about maybe 15 feet off of the ground as you look out. Kind of high step, like stairs, lead up to the platform that you are on right now. It's almost like a stage. And as you all appear there, down front and center, you see Ashenga Yor, the jet black tiefling, war veteran, war master of Tyrion, the defender of Aldahari through thick and thin. Except, very different, almost unrecognizable if it wasn't for his horns. The man that you saw before, sturdy, fit, is now gaunt, slender, almost appearing as a corpse. He uses a cane to walk as he moves forward to greet you. H.O.P.L.I.T.E.S, it is good to see you again. Please, come. There is much for us to talk about. What do you do?
I'm gonna
follow him.
just kind of. I'm gonna lean over to Rona and just be like, "Did we go through a time jump? Why is he old?"
Does he look old or
What
just
do you think?
really unhealthy?
It's hard to tell,
Okay.
but definitely unhealthy.
I'm gonna follow.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Yo, he held on his white knuckling, like, just he's trying to stay, like, maybe 2 feet away from Ashenga. Just eyeballing the back of his head. Just
As you make your way down these steps to meet Ashenga, he turns, and as he walks, it's just very weak. The way he walks, he leans into that cane heavily. He takes you out of this room. You see Tyrion guards dressed in black and red, familiar to the armor that you once wore, Eldon, when you fought in the war. Takes you out this hallway into a conference room. And when you walk in, the table. But at the far side, you see King Drundal Wormbreaker. Next to him, his son, Hammock Wormbreaker. The two dwarves that you saw, the leaders of Cerim, the two dwarves that you saw a long time ago when you first met with the Emperor, when this quest was assigned to you and your group. So, as you approach the table where they sit, Ashenga gestures to a whole bunch of open chairs. Please, sit. There is much for us to discuss. He walks over to one chair, pulls it out, and just kind of plops within it. You left nearly a year ago. Please, tell us everything. Start from the beginning, when you first entered Kavarot, to now.
I will, but you have to tell me what happened to you. You weren't
My
like this
health.
3 months ago.
My health has taken a turn for the worst. I will be okay. But please, your story is very important right now. Tell me everything. The Emperor will be debriefed eventually, but he has taken a trip to Radesh. He will be back sometime in the coming weeks. But as for right now, I am in charge of this infiltration mission. So, go ahead.
I think one of the biggest things we learned is, well, let me ask you this first. Have you heard anything out of Kadesh and King Drydell? Because that is not King Drydell.
What do you mean? It's not King Drydell.
We have found out that in the past, the monster, Parallax, killed him and took over his throne. We believe he's using the Navy for something. But
Parallax.
Yeah, he created some kind of form to pass by, and that's why he's been sick all these years. It's because Parallax hasn't been able to focus his strength there. I don't know how to handle this either without starting a war with their navy, but...
Parallax is a wizard who has control over time, who's currently trying to control the world through a magical dragon that created the plane.
Right.
That too.
Wormbreaker. What is said in this room does not leave this room. Look over to the king, Drundal, a long mane around his head. I understand. Son, today you will learn the true nature of politics. Hammock. Yes, Dad. Thank you. Secret is safe with us. Ashenga.
Thank you.
Go
Not
ahead.
to intercede on Cerseus, but this is important, is the fact that there will come a time soon where we have to try to bring as much of Aldahari as we can into Alvaron. Which is also imperative that we capture Ironcrest as soon as possible so we can start setting up the ability to handle that many people efficiently. I know it's going to be hard to believe, but we've been kind of on two missions. One was Kavarat, the other one was this Avelium. The place, it's where the Vatula from. The place that gods ripped our world out of it and created it into the planes it is. So I'll fill you in on everything that needs to be known later. Just know that it's a thing, and at some point we're going to have to talk to all the leaders of Aldahari about it.
Right. I'll keep that in mind.
Anyways, Kavarat. So when we first entered Kavarat, we found I believe he was some sort of ranger named Velzan Drow. He was the son of the current ruling class in southern Kavarat. Kavarat's currently split in a civil war between the north and the south. On founding this man, we were able to enlist ourselves as his help on destabilizing his father. We shut down his military production that was near his main castle, that they were creating these things. And I'll reach into my bag and I'll put my little spider orc head on the table. Little orc head with like metal spider legs.
You pull out the creation that you extracted from the maw, the place where they were using the shard to make warriors, cannon fodder, really, out of pieces of mineral and corpses. The one that you happen to retrieve, small enough to fit in your bag. As you retrieve it, it is still alive. As you drop it onto the table, its pathetic existence becomes very apparent. As it walks up, creepily, up to Ashenga, and then goes...
Ashenga, look out!
Ashenga just picks his cane up and just slides it down the table to Drundal who reaches over and grabs it by one of its legs. It's not so scary, but at the same time, I can see how there's bigger ones that might be a problem.
That might not be
Exactly.
scary. But one that's 12 foot tall and half scorpion is definitely competent and smarter than most of us here.
It seems, Ashenga, our fears are somewhat true. He tosses the head back to you, Hector.
Right. So, but we were able to shut down this production and kill the mastermind behind it, along with remove their ability to make these things again. So whatever they have now is all that there will be.
There's not even that many
After
left.
that,
The plane swallowed it back up.
yes.
May I
So,
ask where they are?
we don't know.
Right.
Yeah, as far as we know, they're marching north, whether it's northern Kavarat or somewhere here, I don't know. But they're
Ashenga.
currently a mystery, but
Ashenga speaks up. Someone mentioned Valzan.
Yes.
yes, I did.
Where
He's
is
the one
he?
who led us. He is currently leading Thal warriors against his father in a coup.
I'll pull out the map of Kavarat and I will just slide it across the table to Ashenga. There.
So the one
Now
thing,
there's some
so we were able
knowledge.
Thank
we
you.
were able to free Aeneas and Turles, who had taken captured the Screaming Isles. The Isles are also vacant. We were able to free all the prisoners and let them run amongst Kavarat as they wish to help further keep them busy. And I'd imagine the prison will probably be unpopulated for a while. There is currently a Baylor walking amongst its chasms.
Not
So-
to mention, we also took down the warden.
Yes, the warden's dead.
It sounds
along
like
with
you.
Most of his.
Go ahead.
We've been busy. Yes.
It sounds
then
like
we-
you've destabilized a lot of Kavarat itself.
Right, and that's not even the end of it. So, after the Screaming Isles, we headed north, and we discovered the curse that was laid upon the Black Sands, which was actually Zerikaz himself. Took his soul and heart, and was able to cleanse the land, so now it's returning to the oasis it was millennia ago.
Zerikaz,
And
the lich that has hold over your home.
yes, the one that's currently sitting on my throne. He's from Kavarat.
I understand. Did you find anything that could make a reasonable connection to Zerikaz's return being driven by Kavarat?
No. Zerikaz's return was brought around by the aforementioned wizard Parallax. He was the mastermind behind them.
Very well.
So Kavarat, as far as I could see, he didn't really have much to do with it.
Continue, Hector, please. What else?
After cleansing the oasis, we proceeded northwest, went to the Isle, Castle Vimiar. We were able to overthrow the current queen, help a friendly party take rule, which, after installing our new friend, we were able to convince their council of a new treaty and trade agreement. And we also helped them come to the conclusion to start the war amongst themselves, help make Alvaron less of a target. I
Vimiar.
told them that I would.
Vimiar was, that is the correct name, yes.
Yes.
That was who was in control of Northern Kavarat. Who did you replace with? A very dangerous game, also.
It is. There was a specific rule of weird politic where her niece was the actual rightful ruler. We were to help her to claim the throne for herself, leading a riot through the city streets. Now she is declared queen. Rosa was dispatched of, taken care of. She won't be a problem anymore. Whatever threatening forces that would be in Council of Emiar are gone.
Who must I reach out to?
Uthal is no longer. Sorry?
Who must I reach out to?
Reach out to me, and I'll send the message. They trust me, so I would rather do this until we can create the bond we need to. They're still a little untrusting. Yes. But I'm currently, and I'll take the trade agreement out of my pouch, and I'll put it on the table. So, Calvarot is mostly upset about the fact that we didn't hold up our end of our trade agreement to feed them. So they're just starving people looking for an answer. They don't have to watch their children and parents die. I told them that I would approach the lords of Aldahari and I would see about helping them cultivate and grow whatever they can within the oasis newly sprung up in Calvarot.
I see.
Sign of goodwill. Then
We
after
will
that,
need to have something a little bit more concrete if we take this to the Emperor. He will have many questions. So, Drindol, Hamuk, if you don't mind, I wish to speak to them alone. As Drundal and his son Hammock leave the room, Ashenga looks to you all. All blights. I have taken quite a toll conversing with the Vatul. My body, my mind, damaged. I have learned a lot, though, including how to craft a ship such as theirs. I only need crystals off the back of a Devarin, which apparently the Devarin's corpse exists within the ice of Uthal. With enough crystals, the ship can be made to fly.
I will take off the wedding ring from Bessie, and I will slide it over them, the ones that have the diath crystals in them. I'm gonna look for something like that. Radesh has been mining them for a while now, trying to figure out what they do. I want that ring back this time.
Slides it back. There is something greater than another great war. You've spoken of it, Hector. We've all seen it. I have spoken with the shaman of the Vatul, a female of their species. I have seen visions from a world that I cannot explain. I have seen visions of disaster Everything everyone fought for so long for. Destroyed. Engulfed by water. I know. You all are important. We can trust the Wormbreakers to an extent. They are faithful to your lineage, Hector. However, everything else regarding Avelium, try not to share with those that run Uldahari. I have kept the Vatul's existence a secret. If there is anything that you all need, anything to help you in your journey, you can rely on me.
I'd like to try to set up the movement of those supplies before we talk to the Emperor. Possible.
Which supplies again?
Just some farming equipment and people that can teach them how to use it.
Of course. Of course. Durndal also wished us to speak to you about the Children of the North. He was
Are they
waiting.
a threat?
Yes. To Cerim, they are. They lay low for quite some time. They recently had an attack. It wasn't pretty. The children of Skyraeus. That's their name. Wormbreaker would like your help. He said to me, as he will say to you, he will triple the troops he has dedicated to Arthur for your help.
That's a hard deal to pass up. How long before the Emperor returns? Do you know?
Within weeks, maybe 2, 3. I'm not sure. I have been focused on. My mind has been elsewhere. The Emperor has grown distrustful of me. I'm afraid that my word may not carry as much weight as it once did.
For what it's
However-
worth, I recognize the sacrifice. Thank you for what you've done.
Can I use detect magic to see if there's something on him? I mean, because I know he's magical.
Yeah.
I want to see if anything's like somebody put
Like a
or
curse?
something on him.
Um,
I'll cast it.
yeah. You cast it. Nothing. However, the walls around this room have a magic emanating from them. But besides that, Ashenga is clean.
Okay.
Ashenga rises up out of his seat. I will send Drundal and his son back to speak with you. I must lay down.
When Ashenga stands, Eldon will stand. And not like running at him, but I'm gonna walk with purpose. around the table to him and just kind of like stare him in the eye. Your word may not carry power, but he is a favor to my family, and I will pull out the Moonblade. He and you owe a penance to the Roland family. I'm just gonna keep eyeballing him.
Hold on. Don't do anything stupid.
And then I'm gonna shove the blade back into the sheath and go, but that doesn't mean that I don't forgive you.
Dude, I thought
I've
you were
learned
about
to let
say you
go.
shove the blade into him.
And I forgive what has transpired in the past. And I'm gonna give him a hug.
You feel how weak he is. You feel his bones.
Everyone was like, oh, come on, not now.
You feel his bones kind of press against your arms. He is.
Rail thin.
He might be 100 pounds.
He's fragile.
If I may make an attempt, I would like to cast Divine Intervention and see if I can restore him.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Not like this hasn't worked before.
I don't think the shard could do this. So
You,
go for it.
Yeah, you are Shantae, so like I want this to happen. Okay, I'll do it, me.
What did you roll?
A 1.
She rolled a 1. I'm looking at it. Double O's and a 1.
I'm sorry.
Basketball all over again.
It's like when I rolled 100.
You are.
This is the third time Divine Intervention has worked for you.
I swear it's always different dice.
Are those the,
What do you do?
intervention dice?
Okay, so
Since you're kind of intervening yourself.
yeah.
What do you do?
I think that Rona would just kind of look at Ashenga and understand all that he has sacrificed just to be in this room right now. And I think she would just say, bless you for all that you've done.
As you say that, Ashenga, still weak for a moment, walks forth, still leaning heavy into his cane, gives you a nod, Eldon, a smile to you, as he begins to head out the way to lay down. As he steps forth, you notice a rose petal. Somehow found its way onto his robes on his right shoulder. As he begins to walk out the room, he just kind of looks off and continues through the door. You hear him say, "It's all yours." As Drundal and Hammock walk back in, doors close on Ashenga as he goes to lay down. As Drundal and Hammock walk in, "Son, go ahead, ask him." "Hector Stoneborn, we've awaited your arrival back in Aldahari for some time. We are having trouble with the tribe that lives north of Cerim, the children of Skyreus. They've been attacking our smaller settlements in the north, stealing food, valuables. It's unlike them. They've raided our lands before, but now they take things that they don't need. Everyone we send up north comes back either injured or not at all. You proved yourself, all of you, to be valiant infiltrators. So we ask you, we beg you, once more. Can you get to the bottom of what it is that the children of Skyraeus are doing? How we can stop them? We would be eternally grateful, my father and I. Grateful enough to triple the troops that we gave Arthur in the reclamation of your land, Hector. He looks to his father. Well done, son. Stoneborn, what do you say?
The gracious author. It's an important cause. Consider it greatly. I have to ask my party first. But if they agree, I'll help you. H.O.P.L.I.T.E, what say you?
Since when have we not agreed with you?
Good point. We'll do it. I just need to I need to head back to New Ironcrest first and check to see what's happened. Then after that, we'll head north. Find out what's happening.
I understand.
I don't.
We
I
shall.
don't believe we'll be coming back. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Cerseus.
I do believe though we need to head east after that, so I don't think we'll be coming back here after we solve this, but we'll help.
Right. Yes. We have time before the Emperor returns, so before that debriefing, we can help you.
We are very grateful to have you, Stoneborn. We shall reach out to you. In fact, in the town, the grand city of Covern, the capital of Cerim, find me in the keep. The second that word of your presence reaches our land, I will set aside all the time in the world to speak with you all. From there, we'll make our next move against the children of Skyraeus. He gives you a nod. Him and his son turn to walk. And as they walk out, the door opens. They turn down a hallway, seemingly heading out of the Eye of Yor, this tower. And before you, you see Ashenga walk back in, not leaning on the cane one bit. His muscle, his stature, back to the way it was over a year ago. He steps forth. Turns, closes the doors back on his chamber.
You look better.
And I think it's time that we actually talk about everything. And that's where we're going to end. So, with that, thank you all for watching. And next session's going to get crazy. But,
Like it wasn't already crazy
yeah,
enough.
like it wasn't already crazy enough. So, thank you for stopping by, Traveler. It means a lot to us. Be safe out there until we meet again, and keep moving forward.